Alright, hey people, it's Chaser, and I'm here to finally do an unboxing and review for you guys of the Kaizoku Sentai Gokaiger, after Gokai Hero Ranger Key Set Memorial Edition, I guess, from the toy line. There's only I think two things for the Memorial Edition Ranger Key line that I'll have left to do later this year, and that'll be, I think, first, or maybe that'll come later. One of them is definitely the Gokai Cellular, the Memorial Gokai Cellular, which will come with the Gokai Silver Key, the Dragon Ranger Key, Time Fire Key, and Operate Killer Key, as well as the, I think, Gold Zenkaiger. I have no idea what his Ranger designation is, but that key as well. And then also, I think in October as well, whenever it comes out, the Ranger key set for what is it called? What's that show called? The Akiba Ranger set. So yeah, so that's basically that. And then I'll be done with the Gokaiger stuff, unless if they release more stuff next year. But I don't know if they're going to. I'd actually kind of like it if they could do sets of 20 Ranger keys, where they do every member of the Sentai teams and everything to make up the rest of the keys for the individual teams. Plus, 6 Rangers and extra heroes and all that in their own sets and everything. Every 3 to 4 months, if they could do that, and it wouldn't cost more than $150-$200 per set, that'd be great. But who knows if they would. But yeah. So this has the 11 Red Rangers between Gokaiger from Go Busters all the way to the team leader from Zenkaiger. I think his name is just Zenkaiger, or at least that's his Ranger designation. I haven't seen many of the seasons after Gokaiger. I've seen, at least in full, I've seen bits and pieces of Go Busters, Kyoryuger, Ninja, and Zyuohger, because I watched the first, I think, 10 or so episodes of Go Busters. I think also that for Kyoryuger, I've seen the first 15 episodes of Ninja, and then Zyuohger, I saw the crossover with Gokaiger. So yeah, for the 45th anniversary episodes, as well as they were the, I think, 100 or 1999 and 2000th episodes of Zyuohger. So yeah, I'm unfamiliar with the rest of these, though ironically, this is funny, Bandai of Japan and Toei teamed up with Bandai of America when they were planning out the toy line and everything for Q Ranger, but Hasbro came in, or Saban sold the rights to Power Rangers to Hasbro before a Q Ranger adaptation could be done. And who even knows if it'll be adapted into Power Rangers at this point. This is just a bit of funny irony right there. So, yeah. But anyways, just gotta show off this box right here, which is just like the other boxes. But in this instance, it says, after Gokai Hero Memorial Edition. I don't think I showed off the other boxes. One says Memorial Edition, and for the Mobirates, and then the other one says Memorial Edition for the all red set, basically, or the 35 red set. So yeah. So now to show off this, it goes with the other 2 boxes, which is why I'm keeping these boxes. I love the way that these boxes look. You have Gokai Red holding the Zenkaiger Ranger key, which is nice. So yeah, that's really really awesome. The Gokaiger show logo right there. The Toei seal of approval right there. The name of the set after Gokai Hero Memorial Edition and all that. On the back, you just got, or on the bottom, you just got some Japanese warnings and stuff like that. On top, you just got Ranger Key after Gokai Hero set Memorial Edition, just all in English. So yeah. So on the side right here, you get all the keys that come in the set. There's 11 because Pato Ranger, or Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger had 2 teams of 3 that had a Red Ranger each. Which is kind of funny. That they decided to... This is kind of like, after Gokaiger is... And especially after, like... so after Gokaiger is kind of like an experimental era in Super Sentai, where every season experiments with the formula to some extent. Like, they kind of did it before that as well, but this is especially kind of an experimental era to try and, like, find their own, like, ways of being able to do the shows, but then also do the toy lines and stuff like that, because Gokaiger was just that good in regards to its toy line and everything. So, yeah. And you see that in, like, the last several, things, mainly with Ninja, and then, well, actually started with, Go Busters, and then it went into Tokujar, and then Ninja. I don't know about, Jojo versus Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger, but I believe as well with, Reef Soldier, and maybe Q Ranger, but definitely with Zenkaiger as well. They started doing stuff that reflects the history of the franchise as well, just like Gokaiger did with their own tie lines, and to maybe lesser results, but it's been interesting to just sit back and see. So yeah, sun right here. You got, I believe, most, if not all, of the keys right here floating in the abyss of space that they're using right here for this. And then the thing for the with the logo for this as well. Then on the back, you got a picture of the Memorial Mobiles on its stand. You got the name of the set, and then all 11 keys in here. They could have easily done Don Brothers, but nah, they didn't think to. Probably because they recorded the voice with the voice actor. They recorded the voice lines of him saying the extra 11 team names, and then the extra lines as well that got put in the Memorial Mobiles, as well as other stuff. They probably recorded that in 2019, if not early 2020, so they could produce enough of these Memorial Edition Mobiles, as well as the Ranger keys and everything for these sets, so it just wouldn't surprise me. So then you see the you have the red Buster key right here, showing off that I think in its Ranger key mode, or its statue mode, and then the key mode, and then right here showing that it can flip up into its Ranger key form. So yeah, so that's really cool. So then we have the manual right here to show you how to use the Ranger keys, which I kind of like that they just use a blank slate Ranger key for that right there. And then you open it up, and it shows how to use it in the Mobiles, the Memorial Mobiles. So yeah, it's actually also interesting because up until Ninja, they started producing Ranger key sets for these guys, but stopped after Ninja. After the 2000th episode, they produced up to all the Ninjas, but those keys outside of the Go Buster set do not work in the Mobiles whatsoever. So they included for, especially for the Kyoryuger set, they included these sound barrels that I think had the narrators of those shows making sounds. Although for the Deboth set, they had the individual voice actors for those characters record the lines for those. So yeah, and the way that those keys are shaped, they kind of went the cheapo route, but not designing new key things, so they don't work in any Mobirettes in regards to making actual sounds, because the original Mobirettes and the Memorial Mobirettes, or Legend Mobirettes, were not programmed with sounds past, for the first initial one, Gokaiger, but then the Legend Edition, Go Busters, but then the Memorial Edition will not read those keys. So, even though it's programmed with sounds up till Zenkaiger. So, it's funny in regards to those. And if they produce new versions of those keys that do the flip gimmick, it's going to be interesting. Probably cost a little less because they don't have to include electronics in those sound barrels, but we'll see. I would love if they could do like sets of like 20, like the Red Ranger's key set that costs less than that, but can do like 4 members per team for the main members of the teams and everything. Although having a set for the set that includes Sun Vulcan is going to be interesting, because that only has 3 team members, so it's only going to have 2 extra keys in it. So yeah. So here we go for this set. Now we get the first, I guess, duplicate Ranger key for any previous sets, which is the Red Buster key from Go Busters. Just to compare it to the original key, not too much of a difference. The really the only difference I'm seeing is mainly in the head. Because I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but the visor, the sunglasses that make up the visor, and the mouth plate right here are sparkly, whereas the original version is not. Yeah, I think it's picking it up a little bit. Plus, it's a slightly different shade of red due to the sparkly glitterness of it. But everything else is mostly the same. The paint apps, though, you can see the black lines are thicker on the new key versus the old one, and the green eyes on the helmets are larger as well. So that's interesting. And like I showed in the unboxing for the Legend Mobirettes, this key should be basically the same in regards to its mold. But you can now flip it up. So yeah, the only difference is that the plastic is now this like silverish plastic instead of the gray, which is whatever. So they reuse the original key molds, which is fine. And then another difference is that it doesn't have a key number on the back. So just to show it off in the Memorial Mobirettes.
Go Busters! Busters, ready, go! Tokume Sentai! Go Busters! Busters!
And now just to show that it doesn't, this is technically the Bandai Asia version of the original Mobirettes that has the sound chip from the Legend Edition. I had this turned off. Sound quality might be getting worse than that shit. And the actual Memorial Edition. Or Legend Edition. So yeah, it'll make sounds in those because of the fact that they're programmed in. Will not work in the original Mobirettes, by the way. It'll just say a special Ranger key. So yeah. So here we go with Kyoryu Red from Juden Sentai Kyoryuger. And this is the second repeat key because the Kyoryugers got their own key set, which included basically every Kyoryuger, and then they did another set that did the villains, and then Death Ryuger, I believe, as well. So, yeah. But I think that they did pretty well on this one. No QC issues as far as I can tell on mine. The teeth even look pretty good. So yeah, then the chest part looks really good. So yeah, not overall a bad key. I actually really like it. So yeah. There you go, with the Kyryuger logo right there. The key. It's a different key from the one that they have in the original set. So yeah.
恐竜じゃ史上最強のブレイブ充電戦隊恐竜じゃ荒れるぜ止めてみな史上最強
Yeah. So, there we go with that. So then we got Tokujar, I believe. Yeah, Tokujar. Tokyo Ichigo. I should show this off really quickly. So just in the Legend Mobile. So yeah, just like the original versions of that, the original version of that key will not make any real sounds in the Legend or original Pirates. Yeah, so here we go with Tokyo Ichigo from Tokujar, which also did get its own thing as well of 40 fucking keys. It had basically every version of the suits from Tokujar. And yeah, and Tokujar actually had a variation of the gimmick that Gokaiger had, where all of the members of the team could switch to the other's colors, which is interesting. So, yeah, by just slipping their train key things into their morphers. So yeah. But I do like the amount of detail that went into this, although it's a simplistic key, or simplistic suit, so that makes sense. Although on the helmet, you can see that the track goes all the way around the helmet like it does in the show, but it's not painted, which is fine. But yeah, not really anything special. Just oh yeah, and I forgot to show off the logo right there, which is black and white. It's interesting.
Tokujar! 勝利のイマジネーション列車戦隊 Tokujar! 出発進行勝利の
Okay. So then we have Ninja right here with Aka Ninja. So yeah. So this is actually pretty cool. It has on the gray right here. It also has the sparkly paint, which is nice. Oh, I always did like the Ninja suits, even though I wasn't necessarily too impressed with the show when I watched it. But yeah, I do like the sash that they have with the throwing stars, which is really cool. Yeah, I think the first one was their catchphrase, which is or motto, which is "We are the shinobi who do not hide." So yeah. So we have Joe Eagle from Gokai, I believe. What is the full name of it? Dobutsu Sentai Gokai. So yeah. So yeah, and I do actually like the Gokai suits, honestly. The helmets are really cool. They take a lot of inspiration from Gal Ranger, those kind of designs, which is really cool. You have the eagle design on his helmet, then you have the eagle looking on his chest, which is really cool. So yeah, This is really cool. I need to actually just watch Zyuohger. Then we have the Zyuohger logo, which is black and white, just like the Tokujar and the Ninja logos.
シュージャー動物戦隊シュージャーこの星を舐めるなよ
It's actually interesting. I don't think I've seen an unboxing or review of this set that where someone's done the 2 button presses for those, mainly like Toku Topics. I don't think he did that. So we have Q Ranger, I believe, which is actually the first space-themed Sentai. It's interesting. Uchu Sentai Q Ranger. And this is the season where they teamed up with Bandai America for the toy line and everything. It's very interesting. So yeah, but this is actually one of the more, like, I think, interesting Ranger keys. If you have on the helmet, you have the blue stuff for his visor and everything on top. And then the chest stuff right there is actually interesting to me. So, yeah. Then you have the Q Ranger logo again in like black and white and a shade of gray.
キューレンジャー究極の救世主宇宙戦隊キューレンジャーお前の運試してやるぜ
Alright. So then we have Lupin Red, I believe, from Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger. So, yeah, I think that's what he's called at least. Could be wrong. But I do like the designs of this. The main conceit of Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger is that the Lupin Rangers are thieves, and then the Pato Rangers are basically a police force. So one does morally questionable things a bit, and then the other one's trying to catch him. So, yeah, at the very least, I believe that's the main setup. I don't necessarily know how it plays out because I haven't seen an episode of the show, but yeah, it's just interesting. So I do like the set. It does have a cape usually, but most of these keys, actually no keys, actually have capes. So, yeah, no capes. Otherwise, I think it translated to the key pretty well. And then we have the Lupin Ranger logo, which this is the only way to get these individual sounds. Thanks for the 2.
ルパンレンジャーパートレンジャー
So yeah.
ルパンレンジャー怪盗戦隊ルパンレンジャー予告するあんたのお宝いただくぜ
So yeah, we have that, and then we have Hataran Ichigo, I think is actually the designation, from Pato Ranger. A lot of people shortened it to Pot Ranger or Pot Ranger when it came out, but it's Pato Ranger. The the dude who did the voices for the Memorial Mobirates pronounces it that way, so that's what I'm going with. But yeah, I think that this actually translated to the key pretty well as well. You have the, I guess, S on his helmet, the visor and everything, and that actually looks good in regards to the design and everything, with all the red and white and everything, and it has the sheriff badge right there. That's actually funny. And then you have the Pato Ranger symbol right there.
パートレンジャー警察戦隊パートレンジャー国際警察の権限において実力を行使する
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell this thing's saying in regards to some of the sounds, because I haven't seen some of these seasons. So we have Reef Red from Reef Soldier, which is currently being adapted into Power Rangers Dino Fury. So yeah, Hasbro skipped over a bunch of these. as well as Saban as well. But yeah, but I do like the way that this translated to a key, which is really, really nice. One of the most recent Lightning Collection figures from the Power Rangers line that I've gotten is Dino Fury Red. This is actually a pretty good version of it. I like the silver on the helmet, which is all nice and sparkly. Then you have the visor, which can just barely be seen. Then you have the main chest thing, which has the like zigzaggy lines and everything. So that's actually really cool. I do like it. So we have the Reef Soldier logo, which is pretty good.
Reef Soldier! 正義に使える気高き魂、騎士流戦隊、Reef Soldier! 俺たちの騎士道、見せてやる!
So yeah. So then we have Kira Red from Kira Major, which actually, this is a good key as well in regards to how it translated from the suit. You have the, I guess, sash thing right there, these things, and then the helmet, actually, is probably the most striking thing on this key. So yeah, then you have the Kira Major logo right there. At first I was confused when I tested these keys out in the Memorial Mobiles. I thought that was the wrong name for it, but then I checked Wikipedia for Super Sentai, and I'm just like, right, that is the right thing.
Kira Major! キラッと参上、カラッと解決、マシン戦隊、Kira Major! キラッと参上、カラッと解決、マシン戦隊、Kira Major! キラッと参上.
Okay, so that's pretty much, I think, maybe the only key or one of the few keys that actually doesn't say something twice in the Memorial Mobiles in this set. So then we have Zenkaiger from what is it? Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger, which is the 45th anniversary series. As such, if you actually look at it, it takes a lot of inspiration in regards to the suit from Go Ranger, from Aka Ranger, from Go Ranger, as well as Aka Red, and who himself, I think, takes influence from Aka Ranger. It's interesting in regards to how they designed this suit. And I think that this is actually one of the more intricate suits in this set for how it translated to the key. It's all white, and then it has all these colors and everything. And I think that was on purpose, definitely, when they made the suit, but it had to be a pain in the ass when they made it into a key. But yeah. So it's actually really, really cool. And the visor right here, the helmet, you have this bendable plastic, which that's probably going to come off at some point, unfortunately, down the line, if I don't keep these good enough. But yeah, when I first saw pictures and clips from Zenkaiger, I was just like, wait, they took a lot of inspiration from Go Ranger for this, didn't they? Sure enough, they did. But yeah, and I think each individual Ranger from the team has their own specific design for the suits, which is interesting. As you can see here, the red line stretches back to the back of the helmet. You got the copyright stuff right there on a sticker, which you could just easily peel off. So yeah. And the weird thing about Zenkaiger is the fact that they portray each Super Sentai series as if it's in its own universe, even though before this, Toei tried to keep up the conceit, and the showrunners and everything, and the writers tried to keep up the conceit that all of the Super Sentai series are in one universe, minus a few, I believe, that actually took place in an alternate dimension. But this series tried to say that each Super Sentai series is in its own dimension. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a Kamen Rider Decade in that respect. But yeah, and I don't necessarily know how it ended, but it's I really doubt that they're going to go with that going forward. So, yeah.
Zenkaiger! 5人揃って、機械戦隊、Zenkaiger! 行くぜ!
yeah, that's actually interesting. So Kurame Red is the only the only ranger in this set where, or just Kira Major in general is the only team in this set that doesn't say anything twice when you press that button. Or doesn't have an individual thing when you press that twice. That's interesting. But otherwise, this is genuinely a really good Ranger Key set. I do very much recommend it if you haven't gotten it already. It's almost $100, but it's less than the 35 Red set or the Memorial Mobirettes. And I think that this is kind of a proof of concept that they could do Ranger Key, like one-flip Ranger Keys in this style for the other Rangers in the Super Sentai line. I don't really care if they do any of the Rangers from, or other heroes from other franchises, but that would actually be, that would be interesting if they did, but I don't really care if they do. I didn't get the other sets because, for one, they were expensive when they came out, and then two, they didn't do anything in the Mobirettes, so I didn't care. So yeah, but now we have these keys and everything. So yeah, which kind of put some of those keys out of commission, as well as the fact that they have extra keys that weren't released in the toy line already. But yeah, do recommend this. I do recommend the Memorial Mobirettes, and if you want or need it, the 35 Red Ranger set. So yeah. So which actually I did need the 35 Red set because I didn't have some of the Red Rangers because they didn't come in the Ranger Key sets I already got, which is shitty. And then I also needed another Go On Red because for some reason, I don't know where the hell my Go On Red key went. I think I actually had 2 of those, and I have no idea where they went. So that's fun. But yeah, and even though at least one of them was sitting up on a shelf for like 10 years in my room, so whatever. So yeah, that's basically it for these. So I do give them a hard recommend. They are pretty good, and they'll definitely be making sounds in the Memorial Mobirettes. So yeah. So not much else to say. So links in the description on my shit. Subscribe if you want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.